alongside the Palutena recently. So, you know, and Pichu, you know, not going to be seen at the moment. We've got the Mii Brawler instead. I wonder whether this is something, well, it's clear that it's something that drybie has had maybe in the works for a little while. I don't know whether we've seen it before, whether this is a fairly new development or whether, you know, my ignorance is showing at the moment, but we're going to see how this Mii Brawler can do. But at the moment, trying to scrap with Samus is showing to not be the most beneficial of ideas, taking over 100% so far and still counting.
Very reminiscent of what we saw in our previous set, where the one player is just proving that their edge guarding game is a lot more superior, not allowing the smaller, faster brawler to get in close in any way, shape, or form. quiK really utilizing these options to perfection right now, Joycey. That charge shot, that Zair, those bombs are down, be really working the favor of holding onto this stage control, especially on a stage like Hollow Bastion, where the blast zones are really tiny here. It's going to be easy for quiK to really build up that damage if he continues to play the way that he is currently.
And here we go, just time and time again, those false kill sparks giving quiK a bit of false hope, but a lot of rage on the Mii Brawler, particularly with the up B. We could see some shenanigans happening, just trying to get an early stock there with the side B. However, quiK not quite gonna fall for it just yet, but 202%. I love that, just taking the bomb instead of the forward smash, the lesser of two evils. And Azura, drybie is still on his first stock.
Yeah, I know, 214%, still living here with a character like Mii Brawler. It's definitely something interesting, but as we were just saying, that up throw will do the job. It definitely was interesting to see how he was able to tank all of that here. drybie really showing some really nice forms of resistance here. Again, being able to stay alive for this long has been really interesting. Again, a stock down, but let's not count him out just yet.
I was going to say, these shot puts are putting in their work at the moment. quiK been stuck on the right-hand side of the stage, almost having a bit of a taste of his own medicine, and drybie managing to secure it out there with the backer at 150%, and definitely not letting that lead slip too far out from his hands. Neck and neck at the moment.
Neck and neck at the moment indeed. Fundamentals of both of these players have been absolutely incredible to watch here from so far. quiK, again, underneath this center platform, trying to control the stage real nicely here so far. drybie kind of working around everything that quiK is being thrown out and then looking for that punish opportunity and then really start to build up that damage as much as possible. And you can definitely see he's being a lot more patient than he was in the early game, which did cost a lot of percentage here. And again, quiK is making this something that, you know, he wants to force drybie to do. Play a much more patient game, play around the opportunity, the tools, the overextension that quiK is presenting that opportunity with.
See at the moment there, quiK just electing to stay on that left side. It feels like drybie has been in the driver's seat, not quite getting too much damage off of these ledge traps, and no up B so far either. You know, we traditionally see the Mii Brawler going for these sort of very, very early killing combos. However, drybie has just been more than happy sort of get these little bits and pieces, get these 2-3 pieces just to get that damage on the board. A bit of an optimistic shot put there, but I love that maneuverability around quiK's offstage attempts, but suddenly it is neck and neck between both of these players.
Yeah, from what looked like it was going to be a very dominant first sort of half there from quiK, has all of a sudden quickly changed into something that's become a lot more of a game of chess, right? It's a lot more patience. There's just a lot more in terms of just being able to pick out any mistakes either one of the players has been making and then just kind of capitalizing off of them very, very nicely. And again, drybie, a very solid example of that, not going for that up B that we were seeing, that we expected to see early on, preemptively. Again, mixing it up, giving himself a little bit of time to find some more patience in his game plan, and then going for that opportunity to make that punish. And again, quiK, this time on the edge guarding situation here. Up B air from quiK, gonna catch him on the cross up here. Brilliant stuff once again. Side B from drybie, makes it back to stage, holding onto the center stage once more. No up throw this time around. 72% on drybie, and a Samus with rage is very scary stuff, Joycey.
Honestly, and then the ledge trap as well, the down B just sailing over any kind of attempt, but a quick forward tilt repeats the situation here. We can see drybie at the moment. I'm loving the patience that drybie is showing in terms of trying to get these opportunities. However, it's just so tricky. quiK, a very, very defensive player. We can see with that percent, right, 170%, no big opportunities. You've really got to, it is like sort of drawing blood from a stone. You've got to really earn those moments from quiK, because his defensive game plan is so solid.
I do feel like that the Mii Brawler might have been the better character to choose in a scenario against the way that quiK has been playing Samus recently. I feel like, again, if you were to just kind of challenge a lot of what quiK has been doing with Pichu, you would not only risk taking a ton of damage by yourself, but also getting blown up. So maybe this is something that drybie has had in the back pocket. And again, it could be just my ignorance showing, but it definitely is interesting to see that, you know, the character pick is definitely there for a matchup like Samus in this scenario. Charge shot right out, lock and loaded. quiK takes game number 1.
Yeah, I think drybie potentially jumping into that, or maybe it was just at that perfect height where it sort of skims the top of the head, but certainly the result is the same. quiK taking that first game, and the Mii Brawler was really working well, don't get it twisted, and it's wild to watch because you can almost see the strengths that drybie has developed in his fundamentals from playing Pichu. The fact that you can play that very evasive style, because at the end of the day, if you do one bad approach, you can die at silly percents as Pichu, and the fact that, you know, the similarities of, yes, you've got that one projectile, but for the most part you are jumping in, you've got that solid frame data, you've got that solid combo game. It's interesting to see how the strength of the two characters parallel each other and how that sort of is put into drybie's gameplay. So it's definitely a solid option coming out from him, but I think again it's that maybe there's little moments of situational awareness. Again, you've put, you know, hours and hours and hours into this Pichu and the Mii Brawler. No matter how practiced it is, it's going to take a long time to get to that sort of level with it. So going to be interesting to see. I think, again, as you said, I think it's a very, very sensible choice, you know, weighing up the strengths and weaknesses. But I think there needs to be just that little bit extra to be able to match quiK's defensive game plan. And again, he's been on this character for so long and has been doing so well with the character. And, you know, he's a seasoned veteran for a reason. And we'll run it back straight to Hollow. We'll see if any adjustments can be made.
Let's hope so in drybie's case that is going to be the case here. And we'll see. I mean, again, it comes down to consistency and just obviously player experience. And drybie has been bursting onto the scene in the last year, has been making things work so well with that Pichu. But again, when you switch to a new character against a player who knows their character inside out like quiK, it can always be an uphill battle. But again, let's just hope in drybie's favor that there are some adjustments to be made. As we said before, now Hollow Bastion, the run back is here. Center stage being held brilliantly here by quiK, and again, spacing very key in those tilts.
Yeah, we can see again quiK more than happy to keep the center stage here, just trying to catch these approaches from drybie. What's interesting is that you don't really see quiK shielding in that center stage, because you know that if you get grabbed in that position, you are as good as done. But certainly quiK at the moment gonna be electing to go for that charge shot. Lost our feed for a bit, folks. I don't know whether you can still hear us, but we are gonna be just working it out at the moment.
Yeah, just bear with us for a little bit. Fortunately, a little technical difficulty with us losing the feed. Damn, it's a little unfortunate because this matchup is definitely one of those ones that is very, very fun to dissect. It is just really cool to see the experience of a player who's been around for so long in quiK versus a player that has been just recently making waves like drybie, and just watching the way that these two weigh each other out. And it's definitely a lot more interesting to see that dynamic really clash. And yeah, so far so good in terms of how they both have been playing.
Yeah, and it's so difficult when you're playing against a character like Samus, where you've almost got to like run the obstacle course through. And then, you know, you see quiK in real time go for those adjustments, notice how you're getting around those certain obstacles, and then drybie almost having to then think on that next level of like, right, what mix-ups can I implement? What adjustments do I think quiK is going to make? And then try and get on top of that as well. But we can certainly see, again, both of these two neck and neck so far until that bomb to up tilt. A little bit optimistic there from drybie, trying to get that side V snap to the ledge, but quiK being, again, one step ahead.
quiK's been in this situation before, definitely has seen it a lot of times, knows how to react, and again, that just comes down to nothing but experience. Brilliant down tilt from quiK, gonna pick things up really nicely. Again, that damage really putting in the work so far. Forward air coming out, throws out the neutral bleed. Once again, drybie looking to edge guard, pushed back to center stage. Brilliant stuff here from quiK.
See quiK once again going where he is comfortable, straight back into that center stage, really prioritizing that, catching the jump and the down B as well with the neutral air. And this is where things get really, really tricky in that partial charge shot. Stunning DI there from drybie, but this has just been a real masterclass in quiK doing what he does best at the moment.
Oh my goodness. I'm loving it. I'm loving the movement. I'm loving the charge shot cancels into Zaire, trying to really find that space, trying to keep drybie out as far as possible. We know what Mii Brawler can do at 129%. Is a very dangerous character. Once you get blown up, there's not much you can do. Flip kick coming out here, and again, 143%. If drybie can really close the door, it is now or never. Mii Brawler capable of doing that, but again, quiK would need to consistently keep drybie out, look for that big hit, and essentially try to win the game off of that. drybie throwing out these shot puts, trying to throw quiK back. Forward tilt, jab lock here. Real nice stuff there from drybie once again.
And that forward smash so strong as well. I can see sort of a little bit of a grimace there from quiK. The up B, we've seen drybie DIing time and time again, and once again he's just gonna live these hits that look a little dicier than they should be, but you've got to get around this ledge trap, and we can see drybie making it closer and closer, that neutral air. And again, these shot puts over and over, just trying to get something started. I love that aggressive up B there from quiK, and clutch tech in.
Oh my god! That's it! That's gonna be it! quiK running away 2-0 currently, but it definitely, again, it could have gone either way in that scenario. Both players laughing, a little bit of nervousness maybe from both of them, but they're looking to run it back, I believe, for game 3. But quiK able to clutch it out in the end. What a game from both of these two.
Honestly, I mean, that's the thing with drybie. Again, we were talking about those parallel strengths, and that's another one where Mii Brawler can sort of snatch a game out of what seems to be a foregone conclusion. And, you know, very similar to Pichu as well, where you get that one combo, you get that one opportunity, and then you're able to close it out. And particularly, you know, that jab lock into forward smash and the downward angle as well, just to get that little bit more percent. Really wonderful stuff there. But we are going to see what we can do once again, running it back to Hollow Bastion, and quiK starting off on the left-hand side of the stage, but not in the way that he wants to.
Not in the way that he wants to is the best way to put it. I think drybie realizes that you got to be up in quiK's face in order to basically stop him from gaining enough damage on you, because earlier on in the last 2 games, what we did see is that while quiK was given the space, because he was given the space, being able to throw out bombs in neutral to give himself a little bit more time to just adjust to how drybie has been playing, was able to rack up enough damage to keep drybie basically on the back foot, which is essentially where you don't want to be if you're playing Mii Brawler. You have to try your best to be a lot more aggressive in these scenarios, try to blow up quiK as much as you possibly can. Low blast zone, low ceiling here. This is definitely something that drybie can adapt to a little bit more.
You see at the moment, again, neck and neck between both of these players. At the moment, just trying to get anything started, trying to get that first stock. Wonderful parry, doesn't get too much off, but only a forward tilt. But again, catching that burst option from quiK and just meeting him there with a back air. I'm not quite enjoying these little aggressive options from drybie, sort of throwing out a lot of these like aggressive hitboxes, almost hoping that quiK would go in. I don't know whether it's some kind of bait, but it feels like quiK has been ready with the forward air a couple of times now. So whether we're going to see some next level conditioning, maybe, but certainly drybie at the moment is going to need to he's going to need to at least close out this game if he wants that conditioning to bear fruit.
Absolutely, couldn't agree any more. Comes down to that tempo momentum, and beautiful stuff there with that flip kick. And again, going to seal out that very first stock. drybie kind of trying to play spacing real nicely here, trying to get as much damage as possible. 160% currently, though we have seen drybie live till 240. But as I say that, quiK able to chase drybie off stage, gets that forward air, and is able to seal the deal. Once again, both stocks pretty much being even in this case.
Here we go, and up till underneath the platform. I love that DI there from quiK, just making it a little bit ambiguous whether he's going to be around that platform, and it means that drybie can't quite get that devastating conversion that we see Mii Brawlers get time and time again. However, not letting it phase him at the moment. 105% on quiK, yet another ledge trap, and just look at this relentless chasing from drybie, just short hop nairing over the bomb and then just being there and ready.
It's as I was saying before, and that scenario is you need to blow quiK up as much as you possibly can. The time for trying to play a very neutral game is pretty much past. You know that quiK is going to have this stage control. You know that quiK wants to hold on to this as much as he possibly can. It is now your opportunity to try and snatch that away from him. But how are you going to do that if he's going to continuously keep you out there? That's there working its magic really nicely once again here, Joycey. And look at this forward tilt being able to push drybie off stage. Couple down Bs as well. Just this conditioning so far so good here from quiK.
I was going to say, trying to anticipate that jump out of the corner from drybie, but not quite working out so far. But this has been so much damage in the favor of quiK. The back air finally going to seal the stock, but again, we've seen quiK time and time again just retaliate so quickly. Nearly had it there with the forward smash, but a well-timed roll just getting out of dodge. And we're going to see if drybie can get a bit of a stronger lead here. It is one of the first leads that we've seen him have in the set, but like we said, quiK so proficient at just regaining it. So we're going to see whether drybie can change his fate or whether it's going to be rinse and repeat for the Samus main.
Honestly, let's hope so in that case. Up tilts, up airs, beautiful up B, nice little three-piece combo. 57% currently on quiK. Samus being the heavier character, obviously, is going to take a little bit more to kill. Forward air comes out there, and quiK takes it down one stock apiece, 57% currently, but again, the momentum can just shift at the flick of a switch. drybie doesn't want to allow that to happen, knows that that situation can potentially be a thing. Back here of Nair certainly working out really nicely. Up B on that low ceiling, that's going to kill, and drybie, ones to the sky, puts himself on the board.
And that's been the thing, right? Is that little change of pace from quiK having all of that time to sort of negotiate his way back down to the stage. It's been really that drybie has been electing to more catch the landings rather than try and chase up there. Because at the end of the day, you know, Samus, even with that up B, you can get that cheeky reversal, but sometimes, you know, if you get intercepted with the bomb and you end up off stage and then suddenly it's, you know, a ledge trap situation, and Lord knows Samus loves those ledge trap situations. So it was really nice there to see drybie almost go right, you know, similar to the end of that Pew Youssef set, where you almost go for that aggressive option before your opponent is almost ready to make a decision, is really, really lovely. And we can see drybie very much happy with that outcome, turning to the crowd at the end there and still got a bit of a smile on his face. But of course, quiK, again, sort of a stoic titan in what he does, very much happy to slow down that pace, taking a deep breath and getting himself back into the zone. He can taste victory, but the dish isn't quite out the kitchen yet.
No, not at all. Still being prepared. Still being prepared. But maybe, just maybe, there is a chance, there is an opportunity to make ends meet here. And today we'll see whether or not that's going to be the case as we take it to Battlefield for Game 4. quiK, one away from winning the entire set. drybie needs two more to progress to win loser side top 32. Let's get straight into it.
We can see there just quite an aggressive start there from drybie, going for a pretty Hail Mary down air, but just about managing to get it back, not taking any damage until just now. But again, quiK having that platform above him, just that protection in the ledge trap situation, right? The fact that drybie is going to really struggle to land with an aerial down on quiK is going to be so good in those situations. But of course, quiK's got to make that happen right now. A lovely little charge shot into the Zair, and now we can see drybie just trying to get back in, and this is where it can get real tricky. And that neutral air, I think there was a bit of DI out there. You should be dying at that percent, but drybie losing that first up fairly early, all things considered.
Yeah, all things considered, again, it is one of those unfortunate things where Mii Brawler's recovery just with Thrupper isn't exactly very good off stage, and once you push Mii Brawler away as fast as you can, it's going to be very difficult for drybie to make that back, make ends meet once again. Again, couple parries, but no punishes, unfortunately, on those multi-hits, because again, quiK just making good use of his arsenal thus far, holding on to that left side of the stage, this time in the way that he wants it to happen. Charge shot coming out, and again, shield pressure. Really good stuff here from quiK.
Yeah, and just being able to use the platforms to weave in and out of drybie's range as well. The movement options that those lower platforms just allow. We can see a little piece into the up B, not quite being enough. Again, a little bit of a higher ceiling there. And it's going to make it a little bit trickier for drybie to get stocks as early as he would want. And again, that extra platform protection means that quiK, instead of having to rely on that center stage, you know, if you've got it, great, but if you don't necessarily need it, because the linear approaches that the platform makes drybie have to work with here is so good. And the up B not quite managing, but this has just been a snowball effect, and it's turning into an avalanche at the moment, Azura.
Yeah, there's only so much that you can realistically do in that sort of certain scenario, and again, when it does turn into an avalanche effect, you can only hope to snowball down it. Huh? Oh, okay. All right. Had a little bit of a quick jump, but yeah, there we go. It's exactly as we were just saying before. Back air coming out here from drybie, once again looking to take that stock. Two stocks currently on quiK. An extra lifeline there just in case something does end up going out of favor there. But let's just hope that drybie is able to really make this back. Again, quiK's domination on stage has just been absolutely emphatic here, Joycey.
I was going to say a couple of dash attacks just to catch these things, but it's so difficult when you're sort of nickel and diming.
Ooh,
and I love that attempt there from drybie, trying to get a very, very early stock. But again, quiK, seasoned veteran of the game, he knows in those moments what's going to be able to kill him, and it's only those Hail Mary options when you're that far off stage, and quiK being that step ahead, just catching that approaching neutral air with the up B as well. And again, these parries are doing real well for drybie so far, but it's just these little 1-2 pieces. It's not quite the full course, so to speak.
Exactly. And again, just not being able to capitalize off of them, again, due to them either parrying just one hit of the multi-hit, which definitely puts you in a very weird scenario because, again, you have so much to work off of once you get those multi-hits in, and quiK is really, really putting on the pressure right now. A couple smaller charge shots being thrown out, falling up here, wasn't able to do anything. Great DI there from quiK, still alive here. And once more, drybie, not with many options left, and Nair will seal the deal. And from what may look like a climb up the mountain, ended up being a complete fall. Unfortunate stuff there for drybie, who I believe is now out here as quiK moves on to loser side top 32.
Yeah, that's a nice 17th place there for drybie. But again, really, really solid performance as well. With the Mii Brawler, again, a character that I've certainly not seen from drybie too often, but may have been a development for the Samus matchup. Maybe just a nice secondary to have in the back pocket when the Pichu isn't quite feeling as warm. But, you know, we saw those little flickers of brilliance. We saw the sort of on-paper game plan, and I think there was just a couple of moments, like we mentioned, that situational awareness, which when you've put thousands of hours into one character, you're sort of used to. And I think that falling up air that you mentioned, the one that we didn't quite see that conversion from, I think maybe with that little more familiarity, just having that split second to go, right, yes, I've got that, maybe we could have seen a conversion off of that. But in the same vein, it still is something that you have to get this tournament experience with these characters, because if you only ever play it in sets that you're going to win, you're never going to develop it. So drybie with an honestly incredible